back to the gbwhelp YouTube channel, and in today's video we're going to be discussing why Topps or Panini need to go all out to get an EFL license this season. So if you're excited to see why I think the EFL license is a must get for either Topps or Panini, then make sure to absolutely smash that like button and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new around here. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So for those who aren't familiar, the EFL is the English Football League. It consists of 72 clubs from the Championship down to League 2. There are some absolutely huge names in the Championship alone this season, let alone League 1, even League 2, with lots of big fan bases lurking in the lower leagues. We'll get onto that in a minute, but to start off with, let's give a little brief history of EFL/Championship sort of collections that Topps or Panini have done in the past. Now, Panini did the Coca-Cola Championship. I believe they did stickers and cards back in the day. I'm not sure when that was. I think it was 2006-07, I remember being a collection. I think that might have been a sticker set. I could be wrong there. But yeah, Panini had the license, and then a couple of years later, Topps took the license for 2 seasons when they produced Match Attax Championship Edition 2011-12 and 12-13. 2 very fun collections, I must say. Obviously, as a QPR fan, I didn't get to collect any QPR cards from those collections because typically we were in the Premier League on those 2 years. But that didn't matter anyway because Match Attax, of course, did their Premier League cards back then, which was fantastic. So that is what's happened in the past. Panini have had the license. Topps have had the license. They've obviously been there before. They've done that. But obviously, that was before it was the EFL. The EFL is a tricky license. There's 72 clubs. You can't just go out there and buy one league this time. If you go for the Championship, you've got to get League 1, you've got to get League 2 because it's all under the EFL sphere. So a lot of people say, oh, you do Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2 in one collection. The reason why, it's the Bundesliga. The Premier League is completely separate to the EFL, which is why it's such a difficult license to sort of do. But this is the season where Topps or Panini, I beg, please, has to get this license. So we're giving a brief history about it now. Let's talk about some of the clubs in the Championship alone. You've got Queen's Park Rangers. Obviously, that is no bias intended there. You've got Sunderland. That's a big club from the North East. Who else? Some of the relegated teams. Southampton, Leeds United, Leicester City, Premier League winners Leicester City in 2016, previous Premier League winners Blackburn Rovers, and think about some of the Blackburn players collecting cards at the moment. John Buckley, Bradley Dack, Ansley Piers, I think that's how you say his name. Even Ben Brereton Diaz has shown himself at the card show, London Card Show back in February. Obviously he's now leaving Blackburn, but you know, there's a big core of players who do collect cards in the Championship. Tosin used to, of course, play in the Championship. Tosin Adarabioyo with Blackburn Rovers and West Bromwich Albion, and of course Fulham. So what if he was able to collect his cards a previous season, you know? But other big clubs in the Championship, you've got Watford and Norwich, who couldn't make it up last year, usually got bounced straight back up, but it's becoming so difficult to bounce back up from the Championship year upon year. So Burnley did a smashing job under Vincent Kompany this season to go down, then straight back up. But I did not expect it. I thought they'd get mid-table. So that shows how much I know. But yeah, huge clubs in the Championship. It is a very, very difficult division. Even QPR's manager, Gareth Ainsworth, is saying that he's scared of the league, which is great, Gareth. Thank you for that. That fills me with great confidence going into the new season. Oh, moving into League 1, you've got Portsmouth. That is a huge club in League 1. Wigan Athletic, FA Cup winners in 2013, was it? Don't want to say the wrong year. But yeah, Wigan Athletic, Pompey. Who else is in League 1 these days? Bolton Wanderers there. There's definitely some other teams. I mean, coming up from League 1, you've got Ipswich Town. So honestly, there are so many exciting clubs in the Championship. League 1 as well. League 2, you've got Bradford City, who of course have an unbelievable stadium, Valley Parade. Doesn't it hold like 35,000? That's bigger than some Premier League clubs this season, like Luton Town, Brentford. There's some huge clubs down below in the lower leagues, in all 3 tiers. So I don't know. To me, it just seems like a no-brainer. Think of the amount of fans who will be able to buy the product, collect the cards from the team that they not necessarily would have been able to collect before because there's no cards to collect. Personally, I think it's a no-brainer, but we'll continue on with the other bullet points I've written down in front of me. In terms of what sets they can produce, you know, this is where things are open to suggestions. Back in the day, Panini produced a sticker collection, they produced a card collection, Topps produced just the Match Attacks collection. Now, Match Attacks, if we stay with Topps, would be very difficult. If it's an EFL set, that's 72 clubs. That's more than what they have to cater for the UCC, the UEFA Club Competition license. So that, to me, is a write-off. Match Attacks EFL is a bit of a write-off for me. I think that's too much to handle. Unless they did, I don't know, 9 cards per championship team, 3 cards per League 1, League 2 team, perhaps, to make it manageable, something like that. And then obviously do some really cool insert cards at the back. Yeah, that could be an idea, but you know, only 3 cards to collect from, you know, the likes of, I don't know, Carlisle in League 1, you know, Gillingham, League 2. With Panini, again, Adrenaline XL, it'd be very tricky unless we did adopt the idea of the 9 cards per championship, 3 cards League 1, League 2. But again, I just think that's too much. I think that's a bit too hectic of a collection to do. Let us know what you think in the comment section about that one. But Adrenaline or Match Attacks, EFL, I don't know, I think that's a bit of a no-go, because that's a lot of cards. That'll be a huge collection. It'll be fun, but a very large collection. I'm not sure it's manageable. Sticker collection, on the other hand, those collections tend to be a lot larger, and I think that could be quite exciting. There is a lot that Topps and Panini Topps or Panini could do with a sticker collection from the EFL. So we'll get onto that in a minute. And the other idea that obviously both companies could do is a hobby set. Topps, especially with their Chrome. I think an EFL Chrome set, I mean, they do MLS Chrome. Obviously, MLS stocks on the rise now that the GOAT is now playing in the MLS. So that will sell their MLS products even better over there. And of course in the UK. They obviously do the SPFL as well, which has a lot less clubs than the Championship alone. And then League 1, League 2. And that sells quite well. There's some pretty cool legends you can get inside the SPFL sets, which they can all easily use for the Championship, or the EFL set. For example, Adel Taarabt, QPR, legend card. Imagine the scenes. I would spend a lot of money. Peter Whittingham, of course, rest in peace. We're just listing off some incredible Championship names. Ruben Neves, when Wolves got promoted that season. Obviously, there's loads of other names. Leave your comments down in the comment section, of course, as to who do you think deserves a legend card in an EFL set. But yeah, there's some big names which they could produce some really cool cards of, which collectors like myself would absolutely love. Especially in hobby Chrome form. I think that would be beautiful. But yeah, those are the 3 options. It's either an entry-level card collection like Match Attacks or Adrenaline. It's either a sticker collection or a hobby set. In terms of what I think, I've sort of hinted it already. A sticker collection would work better than Match Attacks or Adrenaline. There'd be less stickers per League 1 and League 2 team. But this is where Topps or Panini can get really creative. They can give out sticker promotions in match day programs or in the club shops respective to the club that is obviously being sold at. For example, let's take Queen's Park Rangers, for example, again, because that is, of course, who I support. You go down to Loftus Road, you pick up a matchday program, you get a pack of exclusive QPR stickers to add into your sticker collection, and then, of course, you can still get them in normal packs, but these guarantee you a certain set of players, perhaps. I don't know. That's just an option. I just think that'd be fantastic. You just go to a game, you go to the club shop, you can buy packs there. That's an easy place to sell sticker packs there. I don't know. Let us know what you think down in the comments, but I just think that's great. And the other idea that I personally think Topps or Panini should go for is a hobby set. As I've hinted before, they do the SPFL and that works really well. They do Bundesliga as well. Think of some of the legend insert cards they could do in a hobby set. There's some really good players that have played in the EFL and that have come from the EFL to play and represent at the highest level. Look at England's team at the World Cup just gone. Pretty much the whole squad have been raised through the EFL. So, you know, they've either through loan spells or they've been at clubs lower down in the leagues and then been signed up by Premier League teams and, you know, stuff like that. A lot of players have come from down in the EFL. So think of the rookie cards that could come out of these EFL hobby sets. That's all I'm saying. I think there could be some crazy cards. Think of the last few years, you've got you've got the likes of Calvin Phillips, you've got Eze as well. There's definitely some other players that I'm forgetting. Probably players that have been like Pelly Ruddock and Panzu. For Luton Town, that's a cool rookie who's, of course, gone from the Conference to the Premier League, which is an impressive feat for him. But yeah, that's personally what I think, a hobby set or a sticker collection, both of which could technically be sold at the club shops on a match day, or, of course, not on a match day. But yeah, it would have to be a good price, of course, for a hobby set, nothing too crazy. I think SPFL Chrome is a great model to work from if Topps were to go for the license. And what sets like that do attract is investors, especially if there are some rookie cards. You'll get people not necessarily interested in the EFL going for those sets. So that's more sales, that's more sets sold. But what it also attracts is collectors of teams who haven't had cards to collect forever. Stuff like myself. Last time I was able to collect QPR cards was in 2015. Maybe 2016 at a push when we had the belated Stadium, no, it wasn't Stadium Club, Topps Premier Gold, something like that. But that's a long old time. We're coming up to 10 years now since I've been able to collect cards, and the quality of League, especially Championship, this season, it just baffles me how no one's gone for this sooner. I know it's a challenge. This is where the next thing comes into it. The challenge is faced. It's 72 clubs. It's all good, all well and good getting an EFL license, but then you've got to get all the 72 clubs to agree to be in the set. You take, for example, Napoli in Match Attacks. Where are they? They're not in there. But Topps have got the UCC license. They can do all sorts of with that set. But Napoli are just like, no, they don't fancy it. So what if, I don't know, Leicester City turn around and say, nah, I don't fancy it, mate. I don't want to be in the set. I just think it'd be unbelievable. It just excites me, the prospect of collecting loads of EFL cards. I think it'd be so much fun. You'd have so many different collectors coming into play, If you think about it in the UK, you've got the Premier League, and then you've got the SPFL. That's it. That's literally it. That's all we can collect in the UK. But yeah, of course, do let me know down in the comment section what you think of this idea, this proposal, the EFL sets. Do you reckon a sticker collection, an entry-level trading card collection like Match Attacks or Adrenaline, or do you think a hobby set would work the best for the EFL license? Do let us know what you think down below, and of course, right down there, make sure to absolutely smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel as well, so you do not miss any future uploads, which I upload, of course, to the channel. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I really do appreciate you listening in to me waffle about the EFL. Fingers crossed that Topps or Panini do listen to this and do get a license secured, because, as I say, just look at the Championship this upcoming season. It, to quote Gareth Ainsworth, my gaffer, is scary. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.